Right? It's difficult, but if you want it to be easy, a couple things to do. Number one, go to confession. Because ultimately, purity is a gift from Jesus Christ. He'll give it to you if you ask for it with a sincere heart. Go to confession. And some people are like, dude, I'm not going to go to confession. I don't want to talk to some priest. Look, go near confession. Look at your friends when they go in there, then you look closely in their eyes when they come out. They look like $1 million. You know that TV show they have called Pimp My Ride? Where someone drives in, they got this nappy little car that's like squirrels living in the glove compartment. An exhibit pimps it out and they get 40-inch rims. Like, that's what happens in confession. It's like, pimp my soul. I know that's not the best analogy, but theologically this happens. So don't run from mercy. Go to confession. My wife and I go to bed every 2 weeks to go to confession. Second thing, never leave the Mass. My wife and I go to Mass every day of the week. Because every grace I need to love her, I get straight from the most blessed sacrament. Never leave the Mass. Spend time in Eucharistic adoration. Third thing is huge, is devotion to Our Lady. The rosary is the bomb. Like as a guy, you look at porn, dude, it takes like 5 seconds to look at porn. Then it takes like 15 years to forget what you saw. So for me, it was devotion to Mary that taught me how to look at a girl again. And they got bunches of free rosaries on the way out. There's a bunch of other free stuff they have back there too. Number one, we wrote a couple books for you guys. I wrote a book called Pure Love for the guys and girls. I wrote one for the guys called Pure Manhood. And in this is a survey I did of 1,000 high school and college girls. What do they want in a man today? And my wife wrote a book for you girls called Pure Womanhood. There's a little picture of her on the back there. So if you feeling fine, you're looking fine. So she's on there. And in the middle of the book, my wife wrote for you girls what's called her dump him list. Okay? It's a dump him list. 15 things. If the guy has any of them, you just basically say goodbye. Don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you. Okay? So, and this is how he sees you. There's a dad a few years ago dropped his son off at preschool in Armenia. He said, I love you. I'll pick you up after school. Promise, come get you. Dad drove to work. Huge earthquake struck Armenia. Dad shoots the car back to the school, but it was too late. School's collapsed. Faculty's dead. Dad shows up. He said, I know my son is in the corner of that school. Starts tearing off the rocks and the glass. Digs for an hour. 5 hours. His knuckles are bleeding open. His back was cramped up. He dug for 10 hours. People started making fun of him. Give up. It's ridiculous. They're gone. Accept it. Dug for 20 hours. Like you guys, fathers, one day you dig for kid forever. 30 hours. And he said, all I was thinking as I dug for my child is a promise I always made to him. No matter what happens, I'm always going to be there for you. 38 hours later, shoved the boulder off, and then under that was the face of his son. And he looked down upon his son, and his son looked up to him and said, Papa. And his son turned to 14 kids who were trapped alive with him and said, see, I told you my daddy was coming to get me. I told you he promised that this is the love of the Heavenly Father in confession. And all he says